Whew, another one. Raider Nation. Another terrible, 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 terrible game to watch if you are a Raider fan. This game was absolutely this was the worst game. How do we sink even lower when it comes to these football games we're playing? And how much frustration can we have for the end of the year with these Las Vegas Raiders? I've seen a lot of comments saying we should have never moved from Oakland. We should have, it's just been a terrible experience for Vegas, even though we did make it to the playoffs. Here is the thing, though, is that, yes, my boy Maxx Crosby, what a huge, huge game for Maxx. Getting those 50 sacks, being in elite company of the fastest, one of the fastest getting there. The boy is a Raider, man. The boy is the definition of old school Raider defense from the 70s, and you could even say from onward. You could even say the 02-03 Super Bowl team. But he is a Raider. This is my one selfish thing I've said in my last video. I want Maxx Crosby to retire as a Raider. On the other hand, this team is already looking, it looks like, I know they're going to keep fighting. They still have a chance at the playoffs, but it looks like after this game that they have to look into going into the off season and trying to do something. We definitely need a new offensive coordinator. He did do a couple things that were good from the last previous games and stuff, but it's just, oh man, the play calls, the safe calls that this guy does for Aiden O'Connell. And Aiden O'Connell, I said, great guy, great story, but the dude's a backup. The dude is a solid backup, guys. Like, if somebody goes down, I have confidence that Aiden O'Connell will at least manage the game. He's not, you could say that he's still a rookie. You don't know what he could do when we develop him more. And that could be the case. But right now, we need to go out and get a quarterback. We need at least competition there. I'm baffled during this whole game why they didn't make the QB switch with Jimmy Garoppolo. We're paying this guy all this money. And if the offense is this stale, it doesn't hurt to just throw him in there. Because the Vikings benched Dobbs, and Dobbs is probably their best. Well, apparently not their best quarterback to win the game, because the backup came in and won the game. Got them to 3 points. Aiden was like, other than the one drive with Hunter Renfrow, which we'll get to in a minute. Other than the Hunter Renfrow fumble, Aiden was just terrible, man. He was so bad. This was a boring, not entertaining game whatsoever. The offense starting off a little bit strong, but penalties, not converting third downs. I think penalties hurt us the most this game, but this was hard to watch, guys. This was the hardest game to watch, and we've had a couple of them this year. This is nuts. 3-0. We lose by 3 points. 4 quarters of not scoring the ball. Having one of the best running backs in the game, especially last year, getting hurt towards the end. You have Devante Adams, one of the best wide receivers still in the game. You have Jacoby Meyers, who is such a great weapon. You have a rookie tight end that was coming out but now regressing with Michael Mayer. What are we doing? What are we doing, guys? This is Antonio Pierce having questionable coaching decisions. It is time to look forward to the offseason, and if you think Gruden is the answer, bringing him back, he is not. He had his shot. I think the team was going somewhat the right direction towards the end, but now it's time to get a new guy in there. It's time to really kind of just, rebuild, I guess. Rebuild. And one of the questions is going to be, how do we rebuild? How do we trade up to get one of these top prospect quarterbacks? Because guess what, guys? Raider Nation, there's no free agency out there where I feel confident. You could say Justin Fields, and I'll say, I'll say, I don't know if I want Justin Fields. I don't know if I want him, especially the injury of the season. I don't know if I want him, just especially since his accuracy. I don't know if I want Justin Fields. But what I want is one of these top prospect quarterbacks. And I don't think I want Caleb Williams either. If he's going to be a diva and he's not going to be able to and cry and not be able to, he's gonna be one and done in Vegas. The Raider fan base is savage, man. You got to have thick skin. That's why I give it to Aiden. Aiden the Raider Nation wanted him, and he's not performing. And I know he's hearing it. And I know he was happy to, get the Raider Nation on their back. But you could see how much that thing turns when you're not winning. So what do we do? How do we trade up? You trade Devante Adams, man. Sorry to say, you trade Devante Adams. And maybe you go after another wide receiver in the draft, a bigger guy. Because I like Trey Tucker's speed. I like that pick. You have Jacoby Meyers, who can be a number one. I honestly think he could be a number one with the right chemistry with the quarterback. I think you keep Hunter Renfrow, because I love this guy, but we're going to get to him once again in a minute. But Devante Adams has only so many years left in him, man. And you know what? I think I agree with a lot of people. We're wasting his career. I think he's so frustrated. I think he wanted to play with Carr and it didn't happen. One season happened and that was it. I think you move him, man. I think he's right now, just because he's not putting the numbers on the field this year, he's still valuable. So you use that value and you try to get the best possible outcome in the draft. We got to start thinking draft now. And then we got to start thinking, is Antonio Pierce our guy? I don't think so. I'm okay if they do hire him, because he's not the offensive coordinator. He needs a coaching staff to really elevate his game. But if you can get a coach who is going to be able to really turn this around, like a Andy Reid with KC, like a Jim Harbaugh, or I could say even a Pete Carroll, a kind of guy who's just going to really change this organization. I think you move on from Antonio Pierce. Thank you for your services, but goodbye. But I do think the Raiders need a player's coach. I think they perform better when it's a player's coach who have their back. So it's a kind of a mixed bag. We don't know what's going to happen. We need coaching. We need players. We need a quarterback. Now, going on, before we get to Hunter Renfrow, we got to go to the defense, man. The defense played their hearts out. The defense were phenomenal this game, but how phenomenal are they? Patrick Graham is doing a hell of a job. Talked a lot of shit about him. But you know what? Sorry. They're doing a great job. This Raiders defense, I believe, was ranked 11. That's what I want. And that's what every Raider Nation wanted. And I believe they thought, with the Raiders defense, with the defense that the Raiders can get, our offense, no problem. But it's been the complete opposite. We've gotten defense, but then our offense is terrible. Nuts. We can't get both, apparently. So, Raiders defense, hell of a job. We need a couple more pieces. We need some depth. A lot of injuries. We need some younger guys too. We need to make this defense younger, and we need to focus on surrounding players for Maxx Crosby and for Spillane. Keep Spillane. The dude's a dog, man. The dude's a dog. But the Raiders defense, there's a question there. You're playing against Dobbs. You're playing against the backup Vikings quarterback. We need a defense that's going to be able to play against the Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allens, especially the Josh Allens. That our defense, I still don't think is right there. I was very impressed with them against Miami. But I think Tua is a different quarterback than a lot of the AFC quarterbacks in there. You could just scrap Herbert. Herbert, what a trash quarterback, right? What a trash team. Talking shit about the Chargers. Yes, I am. You got Russell Wilson. Finally, the Denver Broncos. Man, making us all look like fools. But you still need a defense to take care of Russell Wilson. I still have confidence that the Raiders could beat the Broncos, though. What I'm getting at is the Raiders defense are doing their job against mediocre quarterbacks, but they need to elevate their game next year to go against the contending quarterbacks. If we want a shot to win it all, man. Let's go to Hunter Renfrow. Vouched for this guy. Love this guy. Said, don't trade him. I'm sorry, Hunter. You're going to get traded. When Josh McDaniels was there, clearly he was going to. But the Raiders, man. The Raiders and Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow, there's something that happened to him, man. Where after that fumble and after the benching from Josh McDaniels, it just seems like he's not the same. He can make big-time plays, and I still think he's a capable and amazing player. But the dude mentally needs to get better. He needs to get stronger. He needs to shake it off. And you know what? You know how you do that? You get your coach and tell him, you get your offensive coordinator, tell him, give me some plays with Hunter. Let's get his confidence up. If he continues to fumble, then that's it, man. There's no coming back for Hunter. But I love Hunter, and I think Hunter is a solid player, and I would like to keep him. We gave him all this money for, for contracts and all, for a new contract and stuff. We really need. I think he's a valuable player. So we'll see. We'll see about that. So the Raiders, the dismal game, man. Dismal game. I know Raider Nation is feeling it. I know we're frustrated. I know Devante Adams is frustrated. I think we do need to put Jimmy in there now to see how it goes. Aiden, you had your shot, but this is not cutting it, man. You should have won this game. There should have been no doubt. And I get it. Hunter fumbled it right there. You can't fumble it right there. But do we get 7 points in that drive, or do we get 3? That's the question. The Las Vegas Raiders need to look into the offseason. Mark Davis hiring Josh McDaniels. And if you think Josh McDaniels wins this game if he was still a coach, I don't think so. You got to remember, a lot of the players, a lot of the schemes, a lot of everything that's going on right now is because of Josh McDaniels, is because of Mark Davis's hire of Josh McDaniels. He made a huge mistake. He owned up to it. I knew that this season was either going to continue to go bad or great, surprisingly great. It's been a mixed bag. There's some things I like, and there's some things that are just still terrible. Mark Davis needs to make the right decision come offseason. This is the most important decision Mark Davis is ever going to make, owning the Las Vegas Raiders. Because if he makes the wrong decision, we are back at square one. We are once again going to be a terrible team for a lot of years, because a lot of money is going to be put into making moves, hiring coaches, getting players. Once again, we have already done this with Devante Adams, with the players we drafted, with Josh McDaniels hiring. We have wasted so much money. This is the most important decision Mark Davis is ever going to make. This will determine if the Raiders will suck for so more years, or we're actually going to be relevant. And Raider Nation, this is scary. This is absolutely scary. Shout outs once again to Maxx Crosby. Shout out once again to the defense. But Maxx Crosby, you're a dog, man. You are a Raider, and we all love you, and you deserve better. Devante Adams, you deserve better. But it is what it is. Till we talk more Raiders, guys. Till next game, I believe it's a Thursday night game against the Chargers. We should win the game. I think Herbert's done, right? Once again, splitting it 1-1. Subscribe, like, comment below. Till we talk more Raider football. I'm Dan Manicadam. Son, talk to you guys next time.